Paimon and the Traveler. I've been waiting for you.
Whoa, looks like Jean wasn't the only one waiting for us. Klee and Kaya are here too.
Oh, it's Paimon and Miss Honorary Knight. It's been so long.
Ah, look who it is. You've caught me completely off guard this time. But then again, it's always a pleasant surprise when you two show up.
Guess we were so excited to see Jean again that we forgot to knock. I hope we didn't startle anyone. Wait a sec. You weren't talking about anything that we're not supposed to hear, were you? Hey, stop pretending like we're doing food deliveries.
It's been a while since we last met, but I can see you two haven't changed one bit. Don't worry, we weren't discussing anything confidential. In fact, we were just talking about you.
Maybe we should let the star of the story explain it in their own words.
Yeah! Let me tell it! Let me tell it! A few days ago, I was reading Todoko Tales in the solitary confinement room when all of a sudden, whoosh, a letter came flying in through the window.
Flying through the window? How does a letter fly?
Like a bird does. It was flapping its wings. It could even talk. It said, well, it was a bunch of stuff I didn't understand.
You couldn't understand? Then it must have been talking about how to avoid solitary confinement.
Kaya?
Just saying. We don't want to let a teachable moment slip by.
Okay, I know. Anyway, the letter said, "Oh, Klee, are you behaving? I see you've wound up in the solitary confinement room again." Sorry about that. Mommy is busy these days and can't take you out to play. But there's good news. I have a friend who has very kindly invited you to visit her.
Oh, so the letter's from Alice!
In principle, yes. But the issue is that Alice's friend lives quite far from here.
The letter says that Mom's friend lives in Sumeru.
The Knights of Favonius could never agree to send Klee off to Sumeru on her own, but Klee is rather intent on taking Alice's friend up on this invitation.
Yeah, I really want to go.
You see? So we were wondering, who can we send with her on the journey? Preferably someone who's a reliable hero and with a history of saving Mondstadt.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to see us.
I do apologize, but Klee gets along with you so well. We couldn't think of a more suitable choice.
Sure, we can do that, no problem, right?
Can you really, Miss Honorary Knight? Yay! With Miss Honorary Knight around, Klee's not afraid of anything!
See, I told you that she'd agree. In that case, we'll leave Klee in the trusty hands of—
And you too, Kaya. You should join them. I noticed you quietly completed that backlog of paperwork we had. You deserve the chance to unwind a little.
Oh, so you noticed. Well then, I suppose I have no reason to refuse.
Great! Things will go even more smoothly with Kaya around. Still, Sumeru is pretty far. It's gonna be a long journey.
Don't worry. Mom's letter had a magic invite inside. Mom says we just have to all shout out where we want to go at the same time. And poof! We'll be there in the blink of an eye.
Wow! Well, that'll definitely make things easier.
It only works 3 times, though, so we should only use it when we really need to.
3's plenty. 1 for the way there, 1 for the way back, and 1 extra, just for good measure.
Sounds very mysterious. I still think we should use it sparingly. After all, we don't know the exact location of where we'll be headed, or what dangers we may encounter on the way. Here's what I suggest. Traveler, you're well connected. I'm sure you must have friends who are familiar with Sumeru. I say we start by teleporting to one of them. It'll give us a chance to test out the magic invite, and also find ourselves a local guide.
That kinda makes sense. And since it has 3 uses, there's no point letting one of them go to waste.
Couldn't have put it better myself, Paimon. So,
Well, we need someone who's familiar with Sumeru and can be our guide. So, sounds like we need a forest ranger. And everyone knows that the best place to go looking for a forest ranger is a little place called... That's the one. Maybe we can get Tainari to help us.
all right. Gandharvaville it is.
Okay. I'm happy wherever we go, especially with Kaya and Miss Honorary Knight.
We should be on our way then.
Yes, let the wind lead. I wish you a safe journey. And Klee,
I know. I'll be careful, I promise.
Great. Okay, Gandharvaville.
Gandharvaville.
Grand Arbor Hill!
Huh? No, it's not a hill. We made it. Paimon was sure we were about to end up someplace super weird.
Sorry, it was an accident.
It's okay, Klee. Good news is...
Fascinating.
So this is where Mom's friend lives? Wow, there are so many big flowers. Oh, and jumping mushrooms.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. Sumer... Oh, yeah.
Listen carefully, Klee. Those jumping mushrooms are called fungi.
Really? Okay, well, I'll hit it back with my cap. And then I'll hit it with the hood on my jacket, too. I'll definitely win if it's 2 hats against 1.
As long as playing with hats doesn't escalate to playing with bombs. But Klee's our friend.
Uh-huh. I'll be extra careful not to blow.
Aw, that's very good of you, Klee. You're being...
Yep, I'm super grown up.
Okay, Spark Knight. Well, keep up the good work, because very soon we'll be introduced... This is where you've been, Tainari? That's...
Shh! Keep your voice down.
Tainari, am I going to die? And tell Suna that I'm sorry for breaking her toy. Tainari, I heard that people turn into birds after...
What happened?
Okay, enough nonsense. You just have a small fever. Take your medication and rest. You'll be bouncing off the walls in no time.
Really? Then...
No can do. You're a big kid now. Once you've recovered, go and apologize. Keeping secrets to yourself won't solve anything.
Oh...
Hey, let me ask you something.
I don't know either. Mom's been... It's different from before. After I got out,
Could it be?
So that's how this whole mess happened. Traveler, Paimon, let's step out for now.
Mr. Forest Watcher, how is my son?
I gave him some antipyretics. Let him rest here for a while. I told him that he would feel better after some medicine and rest. His symptoms resemble a fever, but something else is causing them.
What do we do? Mr. Forest...
If memory serves, a plant called... A small number grow in arid deserts. They usually look like shriveled weeds. They're expensive and unable to grow in the Avidia Forest's climate, so I'll ask the caravans. Go find Kale. Have her prepare medicinal tools and a...
All right.
Contaminated region. Is that why you two are also here?
Yep. Is it...
Doesn't seem like one. Whether you look at scale, internal conditions, or resultant effects, the only thing they have in common is that they aren't welcome. This nuisance made itself home.
We feel the same way.
All right, let's contact the caravans first, and there's no time to waste. We Excuse me. I'd like to purchase some Vasanti grass.
I'm sorry, Mr. Forest Watch.
Closed? Now that's odd.
It's a long story. They were mechanical parts that we got from the academia. Although they're old model, our caravans had to pull together Mora to afford those parts. Now that they've been lost, all the merchants talked it over and we decided to raise the prices of our remaining inventory. Until this plan takes effect, none of...
I don't get it. If these goods are so important, raising prices won't solve anything. At best, you're shoving the consequences of the robbery onto your customers.
Mr. Forest Watcher, it's not that we don't want to. It's just the thief disappeared into the deep... We asked around, and apparently the forest has been very... thief to come out. All we could do is...
So, the bandit hid in the How many people were there in total? Were they not affected by the contaminant?
That crook came from the contaminated region. As for how many...
Nope.
Even if I tell you, you might not believe me.
What the heck? The Avidia Forest has creatures like that?
To be honest, I'd rather not think about it. It came out of nowhere. We were all shocked. By the time we came to our senses,
I see. If we help you retrieve your stolen goods, then...
Oh, but not only that, but you'll become one of our caravan's VIPs!
Enough! Tell me something that's actually useful. Any leads on that mechanical crab?
Maybe one. After our goods were stolen, we specifically... If you're interested, you can go and...
All right, we'll go...
After the goods were stolen, I made multiple inquiries. It turns out that many others have also been robbed by that. However, the crab only seems to be interested in machinery. A caravan carrying a large amount of Mora had an uneventful trip, but another caravan had a child whose metal toy was taken. Whatever the case, that thing is a scourge.
I heard from the caravanners that there have been a lot of robberies lately, but we haven't been affected. We don't normally see the mechanical crab, and it only shows up when the caravans are here. and it runs back to the contaminated region after it's...
You haven't tried...
We have, but it's too... However, we did unexpectedly learn something the last... It apparently lives in the deepest part of the forest. So instead of immediately moving its spoils, once its stash grows large enough, it moves everything in one go. You'll have to...
That mechanical crab is fast, strong, and a pain to deal with. 10 of us might not even be able to take that thing head on. Didn't the academia ban research on mechanical life forms years ago? Our salaries even got slashed because of it. Who would have thought that
How are things?
We learned of its behaviors, but assuming normal operational status, mechanical constructs generally act accordingly. If I were its owner, I'd command it to steal more valuable things, or the Mora you made. That would be the most efficient method, but it only goes after mechanical components.
Right. It's really weird.
So, you all found a way to retrieve our goods?
Do you have any more mechanical...
Yes, I still have a small bag of samples. They weren't taken since I keep them on me at all. Oh.
Under constant external conditions, organisms rarely initiate changes in their habits. Here's what we know so far. It has a mechanical composition. It lives in the contaminant. If we have said components, we can lure it out. Well, chatting like this won't get us any...
You're right. We don't have any other options right now. This bag of samples is all yours, Mr. Forest Watcher. If you can get our goods back...
We don't need anything in return, but I'll be keeping this bag. We'll also need to borrow a sumpter beast. Our act has to be convincing if we...
Oh, yeah. No problem at all. If it means getting our things back, you can even borrow me to do whatever you need.
I'll have to decline that offer. Anyway, we'll use the mechanical components and Sumpter Beast to pose as a transiting caravan and lure out the crab. Once it appears, capture it. I leave the timing to you.
Don't worry, we're professional.
Looking at the trade routes and the contaminated region's current perimeter, the goods were likely stolen somewhere around here.
Then let's get to it. We'll definitely capture that criminal crab.
Okay. We'll start from here and have the Sumpter Beast with the components on board lead the way. This Sumpter Beast isn't familiar with us yet, so be calm and take your time with it.
The Sumpter Beast went ahead. Let's keep up with it. Why'd it stop?
Looks like it's loafing around. Or maybe it's hungry. The caravanners grew disheartened after their goods were stolen, so they probably didn't feed their animals as scheduled. Let's give it something to eat.
All right, it's moving again. Did you... Ah! Is that the mechanical crab the caravan
look strong. Be careful.
Hold the line. Tightrope. Just try to escape this time, you naughty caravan-robbing crab! Hey, playing dumb won't save you. Spill it! Why are you stealing so many mechanical
It doesn't seem capable of comprehending complex questions. I don't know why you're stealing mechanical parts, but they don't belong to you. Stolen items must be returned to their rightful owners. Any objections? You came from the depths of the contaminated region, right? If you take us there, I'll give you some mechanical parts as a reward.
It reacted!
We can't be certain yet. It's excitement.
Okay, so you want the crowd to lead us into the contaminated region?
That's right. The contaminated region has a large and currently expanding perimeter, so it would be difficult to conduct a thorough... If we charge straight in, we'll get lost like headless pigeons. Also, I've been studying this contaminated region recently, and I have a hypothesis of my own. So to be absolutely safe...
Paimon gets it now. Does this scuttler understand what...
It doesn't have to, as long as it isn't hostile towards us. I gave it some components that it will definitely take back to the contaminated region. So long as it doesn't attack us...
It seems to be...
Listen to me. We'll be back soon. If you're still here when we return... I'm not sure. But our priorities are to retrieve the mechanical component. We should return. But before we do, we need to set up a few traps.
Let's move out.
Oh! Oh! These are the mechanical parts that were stolen! You really got them back for it! Thank you all so very much. I don't know how... Don't worry about the price. They're on the house. No, that won't do. Here, I'll throw...
No need. I've already received a
Reward? You mean that bag of mechanical parts?
But those parts are very useful to me. I retrieved the things you needed, and you gave me what I needed in return. Oh, and before we go, just a reminder. The forest has an intricate and biodiverse ecosystem. Even if there were no mechanical crabs, other dangers are...
Noted. Thank you.
Let's return to the village. The earlier we can give the child...
Traveler and Paimon. Master, I prepared the pharmaceutical equipment. Do you need me to help?
No need. A precise dosage is required this time.
Oh.
But once I'm done, you can deliver... He gets a little nervous when I'm around for too long. I'll go prepare the medication. Traveler...
How is he? Doing it?
I feel like he's doing a lot better.
That's wonderful!
Oh yeah. He asked me to tell you that Suna came by earlier. And Suna didn't get mad, so he wanted to thank you.
It's nothing. Did you prepare the traveling gear?
Of course I did.
Yes, we're going to the contaminated region. Judging by its... I'm leaving everything to you while I'm...
Huh? But
Many things are learned by doing, and once they've been done, you'll deal with problems as you yourself see fit.
That's right! All right! Then Master, Traveler, Paimon?
I'm sure we'll be fine. I think you'll understand why once we arrive. You put too much confidence in me. Let's return and...
We're here. This should be... Huh? Where's the crab? Did it secretly scuttle away?
The traps weren't triggered, so it should still be here. Odd. You honored our agreement and waited here. As such, I'll hold up my end and give you another mechanical part. Glad you're satisfied. If you want more mechanical parts, take us I want to see what happened there. What caused the Avidia Force?
So this is the contaminated region that everyone's been talking about. Oh, it's like... real...
Do you feel unwell at all? Good. It's as I predicted. Elemental power confers a degree of resistance against the contaminated...
How do you know that?
Well, I haven't entered the contaminated region for a proper investigation, but I've conducted... My observations during our time here have all but confirmed my hypothesis. Look at these flowers. How are they different from normal? This flower species is formerly known as the Sumeru rose, but it is also known as the leyline lodestar. They're sensitive to ley lines and emit varying amounts of light in response. Excessive brightness indicates a dangerous level of leyline act. From the looks of things, the leyline...
You're saying the contamination here is coming...
I can't confirm that right now, but let's take another look around.
You know, we haven't seen any animals this entire time. The birds used to chirp really loudly, and there were a lot of foxes.
The contaminated region currently appears to have a critical efflux of leyline energy, which is probably the root cause of the patient's cognitive disturbances. Some animals have keen awareness. They sensed something abnormal in this area and fled.
Leaky leyline sure can cause a lot of damage, huh?
Like how plants have preferred growth conditions, we also gradually habituate to our surrounding environment. Climate, temperature, humidity, intensity of leyline energies. When people live under fixed conditions, they reach a sort of homeostasis with their environment. This equilibrium is broken when the surrounding environment abruptly changes, causing people's bodies to react in abnormal ways. If normal fluctuations in temperature occur, then our bodies automatically adjust. However, the average person cannot adapt to changes in leyline energy, and so they fall ill.
Then why are we okay?
I'm not sure why you are, but she and I are fine because our elemental capabilities allow us to adapt to this kind of change. Of course, it's not a good idea to spend too much time in areas with concentrated leyline energy. The only one who can freely traverse this place is probably the mechanical crab. That's about it for the investigation. Environment. No wind. Setup complete. Excellent. Looks like it's working.
What's that?
A purification device I made. It can absorb
What a neat thing! Let's set up more and cover...
I wouldn't mind if that would actually work. Unfortunately, once this contamination is present, the purification devices have their limits. At best, they can only prevent... If we want to permanently eradicate the contamination from the ley line effluents... That's right.
Huh? The mechanical...
Something's approaching. So that's it. Now that the ley line energy has stabilized, the monsters that had left are starting to return. Get rid of them quickly. Don't let them get close to the purification device.
Burst and rebuild!
Here's backup! Deflect!
That's all of them! Hey! Where are you? Let's hurry and keep up! The mechanical crab went that way! Let's keep up!
Help! Help!
Here come the fireworks!
Here you are.
Spare me! Please spare me!
Hey, are you okay?
These injuries are superficial. Don't move. I'll patch...
Don't worry, we took care of...
Oh, good. It's a monster! Hurry, attack it!
How do we explain this? Crab, it heard you shouting for help and...
It's faking it. It has to be. Do you know what's inside the forest? I just came here to pick herbs. I gotta get... Be careful. No wonder the academia wanted to completely ban the existence...
His inarticulate speech and bodily tremors indicate psyche disruption. We've purified the ley line energy over there. Follow this path out and you'll soon see the village. When he gets to the village, someone will bring him to Kale for help. I already prepared medication. So, you
It's so hard.
All right. Regardless of what you're that's why I'll give you another Guess not. Well, make sure to hang on to it. What was going through your owner's mind when he made you? I wonder. And also, how do you feel about that person saying...
Okay, it definitely doesn't understand.
It seems like it possesses limited understanding, only towards matters related to mechanical components. Help others to get parts. That's probably its thought process. As for Wyatt, rather, its owner, is collecting so much... It's getting late. Let's set up camp for the night. We'll explore further tomorrow. Hey! Over here! Come on, you big lummox. Raise your head and look up. Let's set up camp here.
All right, Paimon also thinks it's a good spot.
Oh. Any particular reason?
This place is perfect to put up a big tent. We can also set up a cooking pot and cook tons of...
You're not wrong. But the primary reason for choosing this place, rainforests are very wet. You should always be careful for the next tasks at hand. Let's divide and conquer. I'll set up the tent. You'll be in charge of...
Leave it to Paimon.
I'm not expecting that much. That's right. You can use rushes to start a fire in the wood. Their piths are relatively dry and can be readily set aflame. The down...
Traveler, Tainari, Paimon couldn't find any food. Paimon didn't know that rainforest had so many interesting plants until we came here. Paimon also saw wild berries on the ground, and Paimon was gonna fly over...
Those were probably dead leaf butterflies. They camouflage as dead leaves to have... My guess is that they mistook you for a bird when you flew over. So, never mind. The tent's up, so you two go red. Oh, you found some already.
Paimon understands it this time. It wants...
Sorry. That task wasn't important enough. If every little thing resulted in a reward, then it might start to take advantage of the system. I'll note little things like this, and give a cumulative reward at a later time. That is one reason.
It looks really...
After some further thought, it might come up with some weird misunderstanding if I don't give it something. I'm off to prepare dinner. We'll take shifts on lookout duty tonight.
We need lookout?
Yes. Even though most animals fled because of the ley lines, we can't... It's settled then. I'll set up some pest-repelling devices, so, poisonous insect. Have a good night.
Paimon's getting sleepy. It's been a while since we camped up. This feels like when we...
You're awake earlier than I expected. Did you sleep well? That's good. I was worried that you two wouldn't be able to sleep, so I used 2 of my homemade incenses. Don't worry. They're made from all natural ingredients. Speaking of which, it was scampering around over there just now, but I don't know, so you can tell. My suspicion is less towards the crab and more directed to its unrevealed owner. A ley line effluence of this magnitude occurred without any warning. Someone, until we fully understand the situation, take extra caution. The academia has banned mechanical lifeform research for years, so topics related to mechanical lifeforms were popular in the Spontamod for a time. Some of my juniors had also thrown them. They proposed an intriguing idea. Use our knowledge to create a new and practical lifeform that could, however, no matter which modules or parts are installed, a machine is innately a construct that receives and executes commands. In their pursuit to discover the differences between mechanical and biological lifeforms, zealous researchers performed unregulated vivisections and other absurdly cruel experiments on animals. The irony is that the researchers became even more impetuous afterward. Who knows? I am interested in the topic of mechanical life, but I don't like the research. It's just my ancestors and the Veluca Shuna of the desert coexisted together and supported one another. So to me, all life is important. Life is not an expendable commodity, and knowledge should not be wielded like a scepter. These are the points of contention I have with some researchers. Once you start placing yourself above other life forms, I mean, what kind of results do you really? Coffee? Did you prepare this for... All right. Seeing that you're working so hard, you're not planning on using it? Many of your own parts are all right. Suit yourself. Oh, and the night watch is yours.
slept through the entire night. Really? Don't worry.
Good morning, Traveler and Paimon. A quick question. Me too. The farther in we go, the closer we get.
Is there something we can...
Extinguish our fire, so... Also, retrieve the pest-repelling devices from last night.
Got it! Paimon will take care of...
All right.